Saitama Stacker channel. Wolfpack members, thank you so much for your love and support, for subscribing, and for stopping in to catch today's content. If you're new to the channel, I hope you find value in this information that helps you decide whether or not Saitama token is right for your portfolio. This video is made with the intent of being for entertainment and community building and should not be taken as investment advice. Please do your own research and decide whether or not Saitama, or any investment for that matter, is right for you and your portfolio. Friends, as we start out today, I want to talk about yesterday's video briefly. First and foremost, it was not a brief video. It actually got a little bit long, so I wanted to show you guys one of the things that I like to do as I take in content. In this particular video, if I were just to go into settings, there's a playback speed. You can move it to 1.5. That one seems to work the best for me. 1.75 I can get by on. If you get to 2, everything gets muddled together. But on 1.5, people sound smarter and the content moves a little quicker and it gives you more time to take in more content. So just a little tip there in terms of getting through content a little bit quicker. Now, one of the other things I wanted to talk about yesterday's video is I did get some feedback, and I'll consider it constructive feedback, about my title, which is Saitama primed for a rug pull? And then I spent 20 minutes refuting why it is not primed for a rug pull. I've got more information on that today, but I want you to know my heart is in this. I love the project. I would never do anything to try to hurt it. My goal is to push this project to 1 million holders and to be a top 100 token on CoinMarketCap. With that said, we need to be honest with ourselves and we need to be fair and balanced. Every single day, I'm going to bring the best content that I can, but you can't have somebody just constantly puffing you up and telling you good news. If your experience is anything like mine, it's hard for me to contain myself with as excited as I am about it. People that I work with now know that my investment in the last 3 weeks is up by 1,000%. I started with $800 and now have almost $9,000. It's crazy. So I'm talking about it. Everybody wants to get in. Well, I don't want them to think that they're going to have the same experience as me. I hope that they do. But if something changes and goes the other way, you need to tell your friends, this isn't investment advice coming from you either. It's a project that you like and you believe in, but they should do their own research. And we have to be able to answer some of those questions, the whys. I had somebody ask a question yesterday about Baby Trump and if I thought it could make a recovery like Baby Doge. I don't follow either one of those projects very closely, but I can tell you the things I'm looking for in a project that I will put my money in from this point going forward, because as I explained yesterday, there's 12,000 plus cryptocurrencies and most of them are not going to succeed. It's just an absolute fact. They can't. There isn't that many use cases. There are only 180 international currencies in the world. So I'm not saying that somebody can't bring a new project right now and create a use case for it and have it be very successful. We're actually in the middle of one of those projects right now. We're seeing it develop right before our eyes. But we need to know our why. When somebody asks you, or when one of your family members confronts you and says, what are you doing? It's too risky. You'll lose all of your money. Well, what is your why? Why are you investing? I'm going to share with you today why I love Saitama, why I think that I'm going to be a Saitama millionaire in dollars. Right now, I'm a Saitama trillionaire in Saitama tokens, but I believe this project has what it takes to go the distance. So with that said, let's jump into the fundamentals and then I'll give you my why. So off the Saitama official website, this is saitamatoken.com. And this, of course, is at time of making the video. This is dynamic. It's changing all the time. So make sure you update it and check for yourself. But the current price is 8 zeros and then our digits, 83,920. Now, I did make a slip in what I said yesterday. I mentioned 9 zeros. It's 8 zeros. And I think we're about to burn this and be 7 zeros before we hit our money digits. So 8 digits, 83920. Holders, 42,766. Volume, about 10 million. And market cap, 839,200,000. Let's take a look and see how that compares to yesterday. So I just keep a little spreadsheet to tally. So in terms of holders, we've added almost 1,000. It's a little downtick from yesterday. Total market cap, a little bit of a downtick, but compared to what's happening in the broader crypto market, this is nothing. If we were to look at the top coins, look what's going on here with, okay, we don't want to look at the 1 hour. Things look like they're trending up a little bit, and that's good. But in the last 24 hours, most of the top cryptos are red. They're down. Saitama is actually down just a tiny bit. But if you look at the last 48 hours, several of these, I mean, look at these charts over here. Okay, it's been a tough time. That's one of the reasons in yesterday's video, I also talked about risk mitigation strategies. And if you didn't see it, it's worthwhile going back and reviewing it. You have to be prepared. This is not a investment environment or an asset class, being cryptocurrency as an asset you invest in, for the weak-stomached. It can be very volatile. You're talking here 7-day moves of upwards 18%, 20% here on XRP, 20% on Solana, Polkadot down nearly 30%. Okay, when it's going up, everybody loves it, right? But when things turn around, you have to have a strong why. And if you're the person who recommended Ethereum 2 days ago to a friend and it was down 20%, imagine how that person's going to feel. They need to understand why in the long term this is going to be a great investment and might be a great time to actually buy more right now. So with that said, okay, back to our Saitama. A tiny pullback. I think we're taking a breath here, but we still have momentum. The volume is down, but down compared to the best day ever for Saitama. And there are some catalysts that are coming that I'm telling you are going to make Saitama really, I think, continue to move up. I'm going to share one of those with you today. Now, we've got through the fundamentals. Let me give you my why. Why do I love Saitama? Well, I have some experience with cryptocurrency investing in that I was a Dogecoin buyer through Robinhood. I own some Ethereum. I own some Bitcoin. I've been listening to podcasts about cryptocurrency for several years and didn't understand it and quite frankly never took a position. But one of the things I love about Saitama is we have a development team who are out in the open. We can see these folks. You can go out on Twitter and follow them. They took Saitama and they made it a corporation. So it's actually incorporated in the United States. It's a legitimate business, which allows them to create partnerships. And it just adds an extra level of legitimacy to the project. Russel, you'll see him on tons of different streams answering questions. And Steve is Steve at Rocket Crypto. I've got one of his videos up right here. He's live streaming almost every day, answering big questions. It's long. It's you have to be really invested to get through them. This one is nearly an hour and a half, but so many amazing things coming out of it. So I love the fact that we have a transparent development team. It allows them to make moves that other people can't. I'm telling you, one of my other favorite cryptocurrencies is Shiba Inu. The developers of Shiba Inu are geniuses, but we don't know who they are. And humans, they don't like the unknown. We have a fear of the unknown. So if you were a big group and you were going to be making a partnership with a token, would you rather make a partnership with a team that you know or with somebody who is remaining undoxed? And I can understand why people might want to do that, but it does just leaves a little bit of like a why in your mind. And I love Shiba. I think it's going to do extremely well. They've already done amazing things. I'm telling you, whoever Satoshi Kusama is a genius. the platform they put together. They're creating a new blockchain technology, Shibarium. I mean, it's a great project, but if I had to choose between the two, I lean towards Saitama because I love the transparency. Secondly, use case. Saitama has massive use case. They are currently in development of the Saitamask wallet, and the Saitamask wallet is going to be an all-in-one stop shop for DeFi. I've got 2 people this week that bought Saitama because of me discussing it with them. For both of them, it was a painful experience. They never purchased cryptocurrency before. We had to open a wallet. Then they have to use Uniswap, and they're trying to understand the relationship between wallets and Uniswap. And then they got Coinbase, but you can't buy it on Coinbase because it's not listed. When Saitamask comes out, it's going to solve all of those problems in one spot. You'll be able to, Steve Rocket Crypto talked about this today on his stream, but you'll be able to do research. You'll be able to look at charts and performance. You'll be able to trade your tokens all in one place and do it on your phone. ShibaSwap, I love their platform. I think that it's beautiful and it's functional and it's fun, but it's not optimized for cell phone use. At least I haven't seen it on my iPhone, the ability to do that very easily. So there are massive use cases with Saitama. The third is Saitama is going to be very difficult to manipulate. Now, if you look at this, they have what's called an anti-whale trap. Well, one of those things that is anti-whale about it is every time a person buys or sells Saitama, there is a 4% fee withheld. 2% of that, or half of it, is burned, and 2% is redistributed to the pool. So let's think of somebody who's got big money and they want to come in. They're going to bring in $100,000. Well, they have to make at least $8,000 before they think about selling, because when they buy in, $4,000 is going to be withheld from that to be redistributed and burned. And when they sell out, another 4% is going to be distributed and burned. So it's more difficult for whales to manipulate this. And one of the things that is really reassuring with this, so this is Saitama on CoinMarketCap. I'm going to skip down here to this total addresses and holders. Now this looks a little disconcerting. The top 10 holders hold 62.6% of all the tokens. The top 20 holders, 65%. 70% in the top 50 holders. Well, that looks pretty scary, because if the top 10% holds 62%, man, they could really do a number on the little guys by selling out. Well, let's scroll down and look what that is. 55% is in the dead wallet. It's burned. There isn't a single holder of Saitama that has more than 1.5%. 1.13 is the highest holder of Saitama. If this person decided to sell out, it's going to have an impact, but it's not going to have a massive, dramatic downside impact on the price. If the top 5 buddies all got together, if these were all friends, what is there, 1, 2, 3, 4 people that have more than 1%, they can bring this guy along with them. They own less than 5% of the project. If they wanted to collude and sell out and try to blow up the project, it's going to be difficult for them. So this project is averse from manipulation, and I like that very much. The final thing about Saitama that I love is that Saitama has an awesome reward system. So this Saitama Stacker concept, the reason I built the channel was to teach people about the rewards. It was the most intriguing part of it for me personally. So it goes back to that Saitama passive income system. Every time somebody buys or sells, 2% of their transaction is withheld and redistributed across the holders. So what does that look like in my wallet? Well, from yesterday to today, and let me just show you, I try to be transparent and show I'm still holding my tokens. I haven't sold anything out. In my wallet, this is my Coinbase wallet, I have today 1,034,693,695,555 tokens. when I drop that into my Stacker tracker, oh, for heaven's sake, let's get back into the right Google platform. When I put it into my tracker, from yesterday to today, I received in rewards 210,718,000 tokens. I started tracking this 20 days ago, and in 20 days, I've almost received 6 billion reward tokens. So I love that. Okay, today's a day that the price is down a little bit. That's kind of hard to take, right? We've been so used to it. As a matter of fact, I haven't had to report that one time up till now. In 20 days, we've had 20 up days in a row, which is insane. But for me, along with those up days, I've been getting free tokens every day as a part of the reward system. And now my free tokens are worth about $50. That's about 6 to 7% of my original purchase quantity in less than a month. And I think it's amazing. It's just something that gives you a daily hit of, hey, this is a good thing. You're doing a good thing. I mean, I consider this the golden eggs. Saitama is the goose. The reward system are the golden eggs. I don't want to sell Saitama, even though I'm up on it like 1,000%, because I want to keep receiving those daily rewards. And as this project continues to build, as the price continues to go up, the value of these rewards is going to far exceed what I ended up putting into my initial investment. Now, remember, this isn't investment advice. Your experience may be very different depending on when you buy, and nobody holds a crystal ball to know what the future is. But this is something that I love about it. Now, let me move into the final stretch for this video and tell you something that I'm very excited about. Our channel is growing a ton. Our community is growing a bunch. We're nearly at 400 subscribers in 20 days, which is far exceeds what I thought could be possible. But one of the people that I like to follow, a guy named Austin Hilton, he, like me, has got a little bit of gray hair, and he takes what I would consider to be a very sensible approach, and he covers lots of stuff. But yesterday he announced he's going to start covering Saitama. It's hard to avoid, folks. It's hard to avoid the excitement that's going on in the community. But Austin has 87,000 subscribers. And those 87,000 people, almost double what we have in holders currently, are going to start hearing about Saitama on a regular basis from a guy who I think is reputable and takes a very sensible approach. It may not be the wisest thing for me to direct everybody over there, but remember, my goal is not to be the #1 YouTube channel. My goal is to have 1 million Saitama holders and a top 100 coin on CoinMarketCap. So I don't care how the goal gets accomplished. I do appreciate those of you who've been along for the ride and who continue to support the channel, and I hope that it continues to build. Folks, I hope you're having a wonderful day. If I upset anybody with my title yesterday, it wasn't intended. The content certainly should have made it very clear in that video that I am pro Saitama and I do not believe it's a rug pull. But I love this project and I love to see the community continue to grow. And I wish you all the very best. Check back tomorrow to watch the Saitama stacks grow. Have a wonderful day.